From KQTV St. Joseph, this is KQ2 News at 10.
A soggy start to the week this morning. Good evening, I'm Melinda Barrett. Will the rain continue into the work week? Our Cherish Enderle is in the Weather Center with her first look at the forecast. Easton, Kansas went back in time this weekend. Well-known actors and models from across the country joined in to reenact life in America's 1800s. KQ2's Cherish Enderle takes us to a time when the West was wild and the frontiers were unsettled. An area teen is using this impression to put him through college.
Gentlemen, I've called you together today because we've received a threat that could cause the deaths of millions of Americans.
Something like that.
Savannah High School junior Noah Germain beat out 3,000 students at the National Speech and Debate Tournament in Alabama. Germain walked away with $6,000 in scholarship money for his humorous interpretation at the competition. His family supported him for the past year as he developed this sketch.
To be honest, I can't tell what's more amazing, being either winning the entire thing or all the love and support I've gotten from everyone, because it's truly amazing. I have amazing friends and family, and I couldn't thank them enough.
The Germain family is already brainstorming ideas for next year's sketch. A school district that's gone through some recent changes is bringing the arts back to their community. The Riverside School District in Kansas is debuting a summer musical involving the surrounding areas. It's a first for the district, but something they hope to continue. A new endeavor for the Riverside School District in Kansas is bringing area talent to the stage for a production of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. A newly remodeled auditorium helped spark the idea for a community-wide summer musical.
Get the entire community involved with what we have here with our new theater. They really wanted to utilize it during the summer.
We have a lot of new equipment here. We have a new curtain, we have new paint, we have refurbished lighting fixtures, new seats.
The school district felt it was time to bring the arts back, something they've done without for many years.
They want more people to walk in and see what's happening with the theater and with the school in general.
As a board, we felt that the area the fine arts department was lacking a whole lot. So we've been working on this for the past 2 years.
Barb Derrick spent more than 40 years teaching for the district. And now as a school board member, not only did she help bring this opportunity to her neighbors, she's taking part in something she's never done before.
I've never done anything like this before, and this was on my bucket list of things to do, and I'm doing it. I auditioned for the part and got it.
A cast of 32 people brings the communities of Donovan County together to experience the magic of live theater.
It's the process of everybody coming together and working together. And I really wanted to make sure that there would be a part for absolutely everyone.
Another opportunity for people to come in, sing and dance and make music and have a really good, solid community experience working together.
For a school district that consolidated 2 years ago, upgraded their facility and created a fine arts department, they're providing more opportunities and exposure for families in their community. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer opens in July with 2 performances, the 13th at 7 p.m. and a 2 o'clock matinee on the 14th. The government has given suggestions to churches on how to handle an active shooter situation, about 40 pages worth. A Springfield church has read the government's suggestions and keeps the grim possibility in the back of their minds. They even have a security guard on duty during services and 2 Springfield police officers on Sundays. While it doesn't happen often, gunmen have entered churches, including one who surrendered peacefully in Springfield last year. It's enough to keep this pastor thinking about it.
As a senior pastor, it does cross my mind quite a bit, actually. What would happen if someone would come onto the property to try to cause harm?
Overton says a shooting.
Federal guidelines recommend running and hiding when involved in an active shooter situation, then fighting as a last resort, using anything you can find like chairs and fire extinguishers to stop shooters. Churches around Kansas and Missouri are singing a special hymn in honor of a special woman. KQ2's Nick McCutcheon takes us to Highland, Kansas to show why her memory is important to so many. Earlier this week, we told you about a construction project at the church. Windows were restored and weatherized rather than replaced. Next on the repair list is the church's foundation. When a magician moves into the neighborhood, what do you get? A free backyard magic show for all the neighbors. David Sandy moved into the Stonecrest neighborhood last fall. He's been practicing magic since he was young and always dreamed of having a magic show in his neighborhood. Sandy brought in several magicians to provide an entertaining evening for his neighbors. The manhunt continues for NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden, coming up where he is and where authorities think he might be headed next. Plus, an Iowa lawn care company is going extreme to cut down on fuel and labor costs. Later, we look at their four-legged mowers and how they're working. All right, a little bit of rain, but hot temperatures are headed our way.
That's right. It's going to feel even hotter than it actually is, so we're in for it.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Restoring a piece of St. Joseph's past could push the area into the future. Coming up, how redeveloping this St. Joseph landmark could also mean 260 acres of renewable energy sources for Northwest Missouri. Major renovation to an iconic South Side building could also come with a push for green energy in St. Joseph. A 260-acre solar energy farm could help put St. Joseph on the renewable energy map. The solar farm is part of a proposal to convert the Livestock Exchange building into office space. Rubidoux Redevelopments met with Buchanan County officials this week about the proposal, a move that could alter the future of St. Joseph.
Kind of an ingenious way of putting St. Joe again on the map, of being the first to be able to do something like this.
The solar farm would be just south of St. Joseph. Ambrosi says if the project stays on course, construction could begin next spring. And check this out, an Iowa company that is taking an all-natural approach to lawn care. They're using goats to keep customers' yards trimmed and fertilized. Goats on the Go uses a solar-powered fence to hem the critters into a section to be cleared. It prevents the company from having to use gas-powered equipment. The land gets cleared and the goats leave behind some organically produced fertilizer at no additional cost. The Royals come back twice with the help of some unlikely homers. Plus, a Mustangs first will put high schoolers in front of professional eyes this summer. Justin has the story next in sports. A cold, wet morning today, but sounds like we have a long week of 90s ahead of us. Some pretty hot temperatures.
That's right. If I had to sum up next week in one word, it would be hot.
It was hot enough this past week, so if it's going to get any more, it might be a long week.
Oh,
Summer's officially here. All right, thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll be right back here next weekend.